On March 1st, 2026, stylist Law Roach walked onto the Actor Awards red carpet without Zendaya. A reporter from Access Hollywood stopped him, asked about the wedding. Roach smiled and said in a sing-song voice, "The wedding has already happened." Then he added, "You missed it," and walked away. The internet exploded. Every outlet ran the story. Every fan dissected the comment. Everyone wanted to know, when did it happen? Where? Who was there? But here's the receipt that nobody issued. 6 months before that moment, across dozens of red carpets, at multiple award ceremonies, at premieres in New York, Paris, Amsterdam, and Madrid, Zendaya and Law Roach have been telling us the entire story. In the clothes, the wedding dress nobody saw. It may be the most strategic, most deliberate, most powerful fashion statement of 2026. And today on the Glam Receipt, we're opening that file. Let's get into it. Before we get to the wedding, you need to understand who Zendaya and Law Roach are in the fashion world, because without that context, the story is just gossip. With it, it's a masterclass. Zendaya is 29 years old. She's an actress, a musician, a brand ambassador for Louis Vuitton, and arguably the most influential woman in fashion right now. The reason she holds that title isn't just the clothes. It's what she does with them. Zendaya and Law Roach pioneered a technique called method dressing. You know how actors use method acting to stay in character between shoots? Method dressing does the same thing with clothes. Every look on a press tour is chosen to extend the themes of the film being promoted. The clothing tells the story of the movie before anyone sees it. They've done it across every major project. For Dune, Part 2, a sci-fi epic about alien worlds and colonial power, Zendaya wore a futuristic Mugler robot bodysuit to the premiere. For Challengers, a film about competitive tennis and romantic rivalry, she wore white tennis dresses and literal tennis ball heels. For Greatest Showman, in 2017, they're widely credited with bringing method dressing back into mainstream fashion conversation. The partnership runs deeper than styling. Law Roach has called Zendaya his fashion soulmate. He trademarked the title Image Architect. Not stylist, not fashion director. Image Architect. His job is not to dress her. It is to build her image. Every look is a decision. Every decision is deliberate. Nothing is accidental. And in early 2026, they were working on the most personal method dressing project they'd ever attempted. Zendaya had a film to promote in early 2026 called The Drama, directed by Christopher Borgli. The film is about a wedding under threat, and Zendaya and Roach made the decision to build the entire press tour wardrobe around a single concept. Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. The Victorian bridal rhyme, applied, look by look, to every red carpet appearance across multiple countries. Here is how they executed it in sequence. Something old. At the New York premiere of The Drama in March 2026, Zendaya wore a Vivienne Westwood silk satin gown, which, as Roach revealed on X, just happened to be a wedding gown, with a delicately draped off shoulder neckline and Westwood's signature corseted bodice. She completed it with chopered teardrop earrings. And on her left ring finger, alongside her 5-carat Jessica McCormick engagement ring, a gold band. A wedding band. Roach posted on X with a single line. Decided to go with something OLD tonight. The internet noticed the dress. Almost nobody wrote about the ring. Something new. At the Paris premiere on March 24th, Zendaya wore a custom Louis Vuitton gown by Nicolas Gasquire. A high-necked, long-sleeve column with a contoured silhouette, an upper back cutout, and a large black bow doubling as a train. Layered David Morris jewels. Roach posted, "Tonight we give you something new. Seeing custom Louis Vuitton." Fashion Times called it 2020 SIX's most talked about red carpet moment. And they were right, but they were talking about the dress. Nobody talked about the fact that this was the third act of a deliberate bridal narrative. Something borrowed. To complete Something Borrowed, Zendaya wore a black gown that Cate Blanchett had previously worn at the 2022 Actor Awards and again at the 2025 Venice Film Festival, a piece of fashion history borrowed from one of cinema's greatest stars. Blanchett is known for re-wearing red carpet pieces. Zendaya borrowing one was a tribute, a conversation between two artists, and an act of fashion storytelling simultaneously. Something Blue, the finale. At the New York premiere, Zendaya completed the set with her something blue moment, rounding out all 4 elements of the bridal rhyme across the complete press tour. Each look was announced by Roach on social media with a specific bridal label. It was not subtle. It was a complete narrative, broadcast across multiple platforms over multiple weeks. And nobody, not Vogue, not Harper's Bazaar, not a single major fashion outlet, connected all 4 looks into the full story at the time it was happening. The Glam Receipt is connecting them now. On March 1st, 2026, Law Roach appeared at the Actor Awards, the event formerly known as the SAG Awards, without Zendaya. When asked by Access Hollywood whether the wedding had happened, he said, "The wedding has already happened. You missed it." Then, when the reporter pressed, "Is that true?" Roach replied, "It's very true," and walked away. Within hours, he told a reporter that his grandmother had seen AI-generated wedding photos circulating online and thought she hadn't been invited. Roach confirmed, "They were all there, and then, that's all you'll get on that." 2 weeks later, on March 15th, Zendaya appeared at the 2026 Oscars to present the award for Best Director alongside Robert Pattinson. On her left ring finger, beside her engagement ring, a gold band. She said nothing. Tom Holland said nothing. Then the Spider-Man, Brand New Day press tour began. And for the first time since the marriage rumors, Zendaya and Holland appeared together publicly as a couple. In Madrid on June 15th, 2026, their first stop, they coordinated in black and red. Zendaya in an all-black Christian Cowan gown from the fall 2026 collection. Strapless, a very high-slit, dramatic fringe at the hem that swung as she walked. She finished with black leather Christian Louboutin pumps and Rolex jewelry. Tom Holland, styled separately by stylist Crystal Cox, in a black Jacquemus suit with a red shirt. At a special fan event in Amsterdam, Zendaya wore a sheer mini dress with a dramatic McQueen tailcoat from the fall 2026 collection. Holland appeared in a Tom Brown suit, traditional in silhouette, but with carpenter-like pockets and a cinched back. W Magazine noted something striking. Across all the press tour looks so far, there was a consistent color scheme. Black and red, repeated, deliberate, the method dressing instinct. Still running, even when the film being promoted is about Spider-Man, not a wedding. And crucially, on the red carpet for Spider-Man, Brand New Day, Zendaya wore the Christian Cowan mini dress that had first been seen at the Actor Awards on the night Law Roach made his announcement. The corseted, strapless mini dress with asymmetrical hem and fringe trim. Christian Louboutin pumps. Sephora jewelry. A mixed metal Rolex. Their first formal appearance as husband and wife. In Christian Cowan and Jacquemus. In black. Together. Now let's talk about the thing the world wants most and can't have. The actual wedding dress. Law Roach has been asked about it multiple times since confirming the marriage. His position has been consistent. In an interview before the wedding, he said, "It will probably be a wedding dress that nobody will ever see. She and Tom are super private." He elaborated elsewhere. "There won't be a Vogue spread or pictures of the wedding. The people she will invite are going to be very respectful of their privacy. So it'll be a very beautiful dress that no one gets to see." Tom Holland confirmed the couple's position to Esquire. They were all there, and that was it. So here's the fashion analysis that's only possible from the Glam Receipt. Based on the bridal narrative Zendaya and Roach constructed across the drama press tour, fashion analysts have made their predictions. Studio RN, a specialist bridal design outlet, did the most detailed analysis available, examining Zendaya's construction language across every look. Their conclusion: a structured ivory gown with a corseted bodice and off-the-shoulder silhouette, most likely referencing the Vivienne Westwood gown she deliberately chose as her something old look. The Westwood gown wasn't randomly selected. It was a wedding gown. She wore it as a tribute to the tradition, while wearing her actual wedding band beside it. And if you look at Zendaya's complete fashion history, her Valentino corseted gowns, her Louis Vuitton sculptural silhouettes, her Schiaparelli couture moments, the structural through line is clear. She gravitates toward bodices, toward structure, toward gowns that do narrative work. But here's the deeper receipt. The decision to never show the wedding dress is itself a fashion statement, arguably the most powerful one Zendaya has ever made. In an era when every celebrity wedding is a content opportunity, a Vogue spread, an Instagram campaign, Zendaya and Tom Holland made the radical choice to keep theirs entirely private. No photos, no designer credit, no sponsored content, no ring reveal. Just a stylist saying you missed it on a red carpet and walking away. That is a deliberate act of power. In an industry built on visibility, choosing invisibility is the loudest statement of all. So what's the receipt on all of this? Zendaya and Law Roach spent 6 months constructing the most elaborate bridal fashion narrative in modern celebrity history, and they did it completely in public, across dozens of red carpets and press appearances, while simultaneously keeping the actual wedding completely hidden. The film press tour was the cover. The bridal rhyme was the message. The gold band and the chauffeured earring photos was the evidence. And Law Roach's "You Missed It" was the final page of a story that had been unfolding for months. The wedding dress nobody will ever see is the ultimate expression of their philosophy. Fashion is not about what you show. It's about what you decide. And Zendaya and Law Roach decided that the most glamorous thing they could do in an industry that commodifies every intimate moment was protect one. That's the receipt for today. And it's the most elegant one we've ever issued. The dress exists. Somewhere. Designed by someone. Probably corseted. Probably structured. Probably the most beautiful thing in a room full of very carefully invited people who will never post a single photo of it. And that, more than any Vogue spread, any Met Gala look, any billion-dollar brand deal, is the most powerful fashion statement Zendaya has ever made. The receipt has been issued. Subscribe so you never miss the next file. I'll see you in the next one.